Hello and welcome back to another video on Guild Wars 2, where today we're gonna be exploring the world and we're gonna follow along with the quest line and see what we'll find next. I really hope that you guys enjoy, and let's get on with the video. Next, we're supposed to go find Air and find out if she's ready to confront Vidkun, who is pretty much the guy we're supposed to kill. After Air told us the location of Vidkun, we headed for Hunter's Lake. On the way, I found another one of these maps. After a long journey, we finally arrived at the next instance. After summoning my minions, we started killing all of the Sons of Svanir, which weren't that hard to kill. After that, Vidkun came out and decided that he is gonna kill us and take the Minotaur spirit. And here's the boss fight. The dragon definitely did look really tough, but in reality, he wasn't all that hard to kill. It took a bit, but we did manage to take down the dragon and Vidkun himself. And there it is. We finished the first chapter of the story. After this, I received a ton of loot. I didn't have enough space for it in my inventory, so I had to clear some things out. But the loot was pretty cool. We also got this key for a crate, but I don't have any of those, so we're gonna wait until we find one. I also unlocked mastery points, but I'm not sure what that's used for quite yet. I also leveled up and got a cool cloak. After exiting the instance, I headed back to a town where I decided I was going to sort out all of my new items. It turned out that I had a lot of things in my inventory that were left unopened or that I just didn't need, so I decided to sell those things and to deposit all of the resources that I just didn't need to carry in my inventory, which I didn't know I could do before. I found two items that increase my luck. I don't know what that does, but it's cool. I also found a ton of dyes, and in the end, I have a pretty neat inventory. I went up a hill and found another map, but in the process of grabbing it, I actually fell down the mountain and I died. I just teleported to the nearest waystone though without any visible penalties for dying, so it was fine. And with that, I continued on to my next quest. Here we had to trade with some Jotun and kill some enemies, a pretty normal quest. So here is a time lapse of just that. After finishing the quest, I found a hero point out on the map and I decided to go and collect it. To get the hero point, we were supposed to kill Blaine the Insane, who wasn't that strong. After grabbing the hero point, I went back to the trader guy and I bought this rune off of him. It isn't that good, but I just wanted to see what it was. After that, I went on to our next quest where we were supposed to kill some dredge because, quote, they were being noisy. And hey, guess what? It's time for another montage. After finishing the quest, I picked up another waystone. I checked out what the quest vendor had for sale, but it was nothing that good, so I didn't buy anything. After picking up another waystone, I went on my next quest. On this quest, we just had to keep lion guards safe by killing all the enemies around the base. There were these really cool guys that looked like Groot, and I was really excited to fight them because they looked really strong. They weren't too difficult to kill, but they did have this cool mechanic where when they hit you, you got like frozen and you couldn't move, and you had these like chains around you, as you could see. So they were pretty cool to fight. After leveling up, I decided to train up some new sigil abilities. And with that, the quest was done. Yet again, the vendor had nothing good, so I kept going. On the way, I found another new waystone. And a new scout. And here I was at my next quest, where I was tasked to kill some ice worms. But don't worry, I won't bore you with a time lapse for this one. Just kidding, I totally will. But wait, before that, there was one more thing. There's this weird side quest where you had to catch barrels so they wouldn't drop. But for some reason, I was pressing like F and I even tried jumping and standing in the AoE circle and stuff. But it just wouldn't catch the barrel for some reason, so I moved on. And once I turned around, I saw this monstrosity. This was a veteran ice worm, and it was really strong. It had this boss icon above its head, and this is the first real challenge I came across in Guild Wars 2. This was more of a boss than any boss I've fought before, and I actually came so close to dying that I was on 1 HP. It had a lot of health and it did a ton of damage, and it also slowed you, and so it became really, really hard to dodge. I even after popping all of my sigils, I still was losing, and even like another player was helping. We were still losing, and after getting to 1 HP, I ended up dying. But then this weird fight for your life thing happened. I still don't really understand what that was about, but somehow I survived, and then the ice worm died. That's probably the best fight I've had in Guild Wars 2 up to this day. After killing the boss, I went down to this cave under where the boss was. There were a ton of worms in there, and there was also these eggs of the worms, which were part of an event. I really like how Guild Wars 2 does overworld events. They're really good. And we also found this guy in there who was actually giving a hero point. I was trying to find him, and I thought he was like outside, but he was actually in the cave, and we had to drink his worm mead, which is very strange. But after that, we got a hero point, which was awesome. And that's where I decided to end after finishing the quest. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time with another episode on Guild Wars 2.